All right, guys. So as you guys probably know, Diddy was found not guilty of, his serious charges, which it definitely sucks. Diddy was found not guilty of his serious charges, which were the sex trafficking charges and all the rape charges. He was found not guilty of them, which pretty disappointing because he should have been guilty of all of them. He was found guilty of two charges, but there were some of the less serious charges. I think he was found guilty of prostitution and a couple other things, but I personally think he should have been found guilty of every charge. It was bullshit, definitely bullshit. He should have been found guilty, of all his charges. And I just find it stupid, he's found not guilty of, his charges. He should have been, he should have definitely been found guilty, in my opinion. And I just think, he should have been found guilty and he should have been, locked up. I think, he should have definitely, been locked up with the key thrown away. But, he's Diddy and he has power. It's very unfortunate. It is definitely, very unfortunate. And I am disappointed, but, what do you really expect? When you have power like that and you're very famous and stuff, what do you really, expect to happen? So I sort of had a feeling this was going to happen. It's very unfortunate, but fortunately, it's the reality. He should have been found guilty on all the charges. He should have been locked up. He should have been sentenced to 100 years, and he should have been locked up with the key thrown away. But fortunately, that didn't happen. So I'm glad he was at least found guilty of some of his charges. But he's only going to be sentenced to 10 years in jail, and he's probably only going to serve about 2 to 3 years. Apparently, they're saying, which is bullshit. Very disappointing, but it's whatever, I guess. It's nothing that we can really do about it.